The name's Bond, Backyard Bond. Today we have a fantastic first-hand look at the latest release from the Royal Mint, the 007 James Bond Bullion bars. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining us for another exclusive look and review of a brand new Royal Mint product. Today sees the big release date of the James Bond 007 Bullion bar range from the Royal Mint. And a big thank you to the marketing department who have sent me a 1 ounce gold, 10 ounce silver and 1 ounce silver version of these bars to have a look at and showcase for you here today. I should point out that I have not been gifted the 1 ounce gold or 10 ounce silver. I have to return those to the Royal Mint before anybody says anything. But I am being gifted this 1 ounce silver. So in aid of true transparency, I want you guys to know that. But I do aim today to give an open, honest, fair review of this product, what it's all about, and my thoughts and opinions on it as an investment product, and also potentially as a collectible item too. So with that in mind, I do want to crack on and show you what these are all about, but the Royal Mint have gone one step further this time since our last video, and they have arranged a coupon discount code for postage, which is Backyard Bond. How cool is that? My name is Bond, Backyard Bond. So if you would like free shipping, and that is unfortunately only available to UK customers, but if you'd like free shipping, then head on over directly to the Royal Mint and use the code BACKYARDBOND. All of that information and links are down in the description below, and you can get yourself free shipping on your orders, which is very generous. So big thank you to the Royal Mint for that as well. So what are these bars actually all about? So they are James Bond themed. Now that is going to be my first port of call for criticism. I do want to be open and fair and honest with my review and criticism of these bars. They are very attractive. The design is cool, and we'll talk a little bit about the design as we go, but I just want to talk about the theme first up. James Bond is a world-renowned, world-known, world-recognised brand and theme. 007 has been around for 55, 60 years almost, and it's a brand which has survived the test of time. It's survived the test of modernity as well, and re-enfranchisation, if that's even a word, reinvention of the genre. So it's definitely a popular one, but it's not going to be for everybody, and that is wherein my first piece of criticism lies. Any kind of branded bar or product that is, you know, of a certain genre is always going to have a limitation in terms of the amount of people that are going to be interested in it. There are going to be a fair amount of people in this world who will have never seen, will not be interested to see a James Bond film, or just don't care, or they've seen them and they don't like them. You know, there are plenty of people who don't like films out there. It's natural. So that's going to be a limiting factor on part of this, but that's kind of part and parcel of doing anything. You know, any Queen's Beast coin or Britannia's, people are not going to like them for whatever reasons. And this is kind of higher up on that spectrum because there's going to perhaps be a larger genre of people that you'll disconnect from. But ultimately, I still think it's a really cool kind of design concept, and one which is celebrating something that's quintessentially British. You know, you can't have much more kind of quintessential Britishness than James Bond. I mean, let's be honest, that is what James Bond is. He's just a British institution. So from that perspective, it's a really kind of interesting way to go for the design. Now, the fact that they are bullion bars is interesting as well. The Royal Mint, of course, synonymous for making coins, but bars are an interesting take. I know that bars are exceptionally popular and people really like the bar form and bar shape of silver, myself included, and potentially gold as well, myself included. It's a very attractive look at a fresh new bullion product. And for people who are not interested in just having coins, and, you know, on the reverse of coins, often you are very restricted with what you can and are able to do in terms of designs because you have to have the Queen's head right on the back there. This is an exception. It's not had to go through the Treasury in the United Kingdom. It's not had to have government approval. It's just a private design that's been pushed through, which I think is a refreshing new look at a bullion product. So from that perspective, I like the fact that this is different. I like the fact it's a bar. There are a few other little things to note about bars. So first up, another kind of criticism is that they would not be capital gains tax exempt. So coins and coins that have a denomination they are capital gains exempt. And certainly in this turbulent time that we live in, gold prices could go up and up and up. And if you have a roll of these, if you have 20 of these bars or something, you know, you could theoretically be looking at capital gains tax. And there are, of course, talks about capital gains allowances being changed at some point in the future. So, you know, in that sense, there are definitely going to be questions around the volume by which investors and collectors will want to have these in the capital gains question. Personally, I can't see it being a massive problem unless you are a very, very high budgeted investor. But it is nevertheless something to factor in. Now, in terms of the different designs that are available within the set, as you can see, we've got all three here. There's the 1 ounce silver, 10 ounce silver, and 1 ounce gold. Let's try and get them all up in one shot so that we can see the different sizes. Now, what I really like is that they have gone for the 10 ounce bar size as opposed to just a 1 ounce gold and 1 ounce silver. The 10 ouncer, as you can see, is really very cool, and it showcases all of the different films, and that's part of the design here, so we haven't actually talked about that. In fact, whilst we're talking about that, I'm going to chop this one out of its original mint packaging and show it to you outside of the plastic. In fact, let's talk about plastic whilst we do it. So as you can see, they are going to become supplied from the Royal Mint, if they are silver, in this kind of blister pack sealed, well, one would hope it's vacuum sealed, although it doesn't necessarily look exactly vacuum sealed, but it's a sealed plastic sleeve. And I've seen these, you know, done before, and it's not always 100% perfect for protecting the coin. The actual plastic itself, or I said bar, coin, bar, so used to saying coins, but it can sometimes actually react with the silver a little bit. So there are definitely, you know, questions there about how the long-term look of these bars will be in the original mint packaging, and whether or not it would be best to look to take them out. Look, a bit sticky in there. Let's do a cut down the side. Whether or not they will survive the test of time in terms of the potential milking or toning or anything like that that comes out from the original mint packaging. Hopefully it's one that's kind of non-reactive and it should be okay going forward. But you can see the stark difference once you take it out of the packaging, out of that plastic saran wrap. Look at that. That is how, in my opinion, these should be looked at and observed. So that is going to be one of my second pieces of criticism to the Royal Mint for these. The mintages on them are granted pretty high for the 1 ounce silver at 70,000. So having a individual capsule created for each one is going to increase the prices and premiums on these products. But at the same time, if you have a product that looks this pretty, you want to have it showcased as best as possible. And you can definitely see the difference between the plastic and the, you know, naked form of the silver there. The plastic takes away the wow factor for me, which is a shame. I have to say that's the only kind of downside of this. That said, there is absolutely nothing stopping any individual person from buying this, taking it out of the original mint packaging and putting it in a custom-made capsule. I don't know if there are going to be capsules that are bought off the shelf that will fit this, but I have no doubt that someone somewhere will develop a aftermarket capsule for these. And in my opinion, that will be a much better way to enjoy and look at and showcase these coins. I say coins again, these bars, sorry, my brain is awful at the moment. But, you know, from my perspective, that is a slight oversight to not have that. But I can understand why that's happened for, you know, the mintage of 70,000. It is a high mintage. That does add additional layers of cost to manufacturing and, of course, the end price for them. In terms of the gold, though, we have a slightly different look and package for it. And it comes in this blister pack here. Now, personally for me, I'm not a fan of blister packs, but I can understand why they have been done so in here. It's actually a really nice way to be able to look at, enjoy and hold your bullion bars without potentially damaging them. And they do hold an extra layer of security and validity, but sometimes that extra layer of security can work against a bullion bar in a blister pack. And you have seen a large number of Perth Mint Kangaroo 1 ounce gold bars forged and counterfeited countless times, because there is this sort of acceptance by general people, general masses, that because something's in a blister pack, it's going to be genuine. It has to be genuine. The blister packs are just as easily forged as the bar, and because they're in the blister pack, people are not going to be willing to open them, to get the gold out, to check it, to feel it, to look at it, to do tests on it. So in terms of the aftermarket process of buying this to then look to sell it, that is going to be a consideration for some people. I'm not going to say it's going to cannibalize the potential sales of these on the secondhand market. It actually could work to their benefit. Depends on how many are kind of copied. But ultimately, I do think that it's actually a really kind of nice thing to have in that blister pack. It's better than the plastic here. You can see this is a little bit, gets a bit grimy and dirty. This is a bit better. You can see the gold shining through a lot nicer. In terms of gold versus silver, one thing I do like and I think is really commendable is that the Royal Mint have done both the silver and gold in exactly the same width and height. The only difference is the thickness, and I hope the camera is picking up there so you can get it a bit closer. The density difference, these are both 1 ounce, remember, but the density difference of the two metals is highlighted there. So that's kind of what I like to see, because often you'll get gold versions of various coins or bars and they'll be tiny and you won't be able to see all of the detail on them, but this is very different and is lovely. So a big thumbs up for the Royal Mint for that. The bigger the gold, the better, I say. And even though it's 1 ounce, it's got a really wide face on it, which I think is very, very good. In terms of mintages, there's going to be a 5,000 mintage on these 1 ounce gold bars. That's a pretty low mintage. We've seen mintages similar to that for things like the Oriental Border Britannia in gold and some of the Queen's Beasts, I think in gold, are around that mark as well. And we have seen, some pretty high premiums grow on some of those. In terms of it, as an investment product, let's talk a little bit about that. Now, of course, this is going to be where we sort of delve into the realms of my own personal opinions. I'm not a financial advisor in terms of investment products. Personally, I think this is one of those it's got like a 50-50 shot of doing very well, maybe more so in the gold and 10 ounce silver. In fact, we haven't talked really about the vintage of the 10 ounce silver. The 10 ounce silver has a mintage of 6,000, which is pretty low, actually, all things considered. So maybe that's the pick of the bunch for silvers. Gold one, though, I think is going to probably be the most popular. And there's a secondary reason for that, and that is the wondrous sales tax of VAT. So obviously buying any silver in the UK from the Royal Mint is going to attract VAT. That's just the way the world works for us here in the United Kingdom. So that is going to be my sort of secondary, I said probably fourth bit of criticism, I think now, for the Royal Mint is that, of course, any product made in silver, and it's just part and parcel of making products in silver at the moment, is going to attract sales tax, which makes it less attractive. But that puts the gold, I think, in a lot more of a better limelight because you can get this at a better premium over spot. Now, of course, it is going to come at a premium. These bars are very skillfully made. The amount of detail, energy and effort that goes into them is going to be more than just an ingot of silver or gold. So do remember that. It is a premium product. I, at this moment in time, don't exactly know what the sales price and premium is going to be priced at, but I can imagine it being not vastly more than, say, a Oriental Border Britannia would have been, or one of the newest sort of Queen's Beast range, maybe it's a touch more than Queen's Beast. I don't honestly know. I am filming this ahead of their official release date, and whilst I am in the know about this before it, I am not in the know about their pricing strategies and mechanisms. So from that perspective, my pick of the bunch in terms of if you were looking at it as an investment would be definitely go for gold. The swing on the unit price when you buy it is going to potentially be a lot less than the silver versions, and I think with the low mintage of 5,000 and the blister pack that really does showcase it very well, I think personally for me that's the pick of the bunch. And that said, though, the silver looks really pretty. It's one of those things where you might not want to invest in the product by buying lots of them, but you've got to have one if you like James Bond. I think that's part of the appeal of this product. If you are a James Bond fan, and we have seen some proof coins coming out from the James Bond series from the Royal Mint recently, and those, of course, are very, very high premiums. But this is, of course, much more down at the lower end of the premium scale. Granted, with the taxes, it will be slightly higher, but ultimately, I do think that this is a pretty good one to have if you just like James Bond and you want to have a piece of James Bond silver. It's really very cool indeed. So, yeah, that's my kind of open, honest, fair review. In summary, I really do think this is a pretty exciting series, pretty cool, pretty different. I don't think there's, going to be a world rush market. I don't think the Royal Mint website is going to crash when people are trying to get hold of this from watching today's video. But I do think they're attractive. I do think they're good. I think it could be the start of a new series. I don't know whether it will be. They haven't shared that information with us. Perhaps if it is, that would be interesting. Or maybe a new series of Bullion bars, but not necessarily a series of James Bond theme bars. I don't know. Either way, I think it's a pretty good product overall. There are some negatives, which I've highlighted in today's video, and I hope you do take those in stock with you as you make your own purchase decisions about these. I would imagine they're going to be available from various bullion dealers around the world. But if you're in the UK, as I said earlier, there is a discount code for shipping, which is BACKYARDBOND. The name's Bond, BACKYARDBOND. I love saying that. So a big thank you once again for the Royal Mint for setting that up. And if you are interested in purchasing directly from the Royal Mint, there's a link down below. I want to make it abundantly clear that it is not an affiliate code or link. I do not get commission from the sales of these. I'm in no way financially tied to the success of these bars or how many you purchase from that link down below. It's just there for you guys as a thank you from not only me, but from the Royal Mint. And the only thing that I'm getting from this video is this 1 ounce silver. So a big thank you to the Royal Mint for the opportunity to showcase a brand new product in this exclusive way. It's a release day, and that's in itself a pretty cool thing to have. So a big thank you again to the Royal Mint. And it doesn't stop there, because we've got another first-hand look at an exclusive product coming on Friday. It's all go season from the Royal Mint at the moment. In fact, that's what they were explaining to me earlier this month, that September onwards is the busy period. That's when a lot of the new stuff comes out. So we've got another exclusive look coming on Friday, and then in October we have the pièce de la résistance, something that will blow you away. I have no doubt. I can't say more. It's definitely one not to miss. And if you don't want to miss it and you're not subscribed to our channel, then hit that subscribe button. If you needed no better reason than exclusive content from us via the Royal Mint, then hit that subscribe button with notifications on, and you'll get a little notification when we upload videos like this. Otherwise, you know what to do. If you like this video and you like this James Bond bar, put the thumbs up. Let us know down in the comments as well, because the Royal Mint marketing department will read your comments. They have been reading comments on the previous video we have done, and I think feedback is critical. Whether you like it or hate it, or you're on the fence about it, let the Royal Mint know. Let us know here on YouTube as well by commenting down below. Otherwise, that is it from me. A big thank you again for watching, and have a great week ahead. Thank you, and please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.